Ken Norton versus Michael Moore going out to Costa from Greece. Thank you for your request. Let's get into it. Michael Moore. He's what I considered a polished fighter. He was the first southpaw heavyweight. I grew up watching guys like Michael Moore, Evander Holyfield, Tyson, of course, Riddick Bowe. I can go on and on. But Michael Moore is what I considered a polished boxer, the perfect textbook boxer as far as his skills. Excellent southpaw, if I didn't already say that. He had an excellent southpaw jab, great combinations. But the negative, and I believe this is what hurt Michael Moore in his career, is he just didn't know how to take a punch. He wasn't a natural heavyweight. He was a good heavyweight, but he just wasn't a natural heavyweight. And I would be concerned for him against someone like Ken Norton, who's been in there with killers and heavy hitters like Ali, George Foreman. And I just feel that he'd be too powerful for Michael Moore. He just hit too hard, was too explosive, and yeah, just too powerful. Now, I will say that in terms of overall skills, Michael Moore is a better fighter, technically and fundamentally. Michael Moore is definitely the better fighter. But what happens once he gets touched? What happens when Ken Norton puts that pressure on? What happens when Ken Norton gets him in the corner or against the ropes? And Michael Moore doesn't have the power to hold Ken Norton off. Now, if he had just a little power to get Ken Norton's respect, then it would be different. Then he could possibly outbox him. But Ken Norton is definitely going in for the finish, and he's going in for the kill. And I just don't think he will respect anything or that he would fear anything that's coming from Michael Moore. So Michael Moore, I can't say it enough, excellent fighter, technically, fundamentally, love his combinations. But once he gets touched, or every time he's been touched in the past, he just hasn't held up that well against heavy hitters. Just think about David Tua, the Holyfield rematch, and George Foreman. And so Ken Norton stops Michael Moore inside of 4. So those are my thoughts. Keep the requests coming, and I'll see you on the next video.